2 races left, 2 chances for everyone on the grid to grab the gold. And well, here under the lights, we'll see what goes on here. Welcome along to Breakout Racing League's Tier 4 Championship, and we've arrived at Abu Dhabi for the Yas Marina Circuit, round 23 out of 24. There's only 2 races left. Time is ticking. I do not have the track map, so I don't know how many corners. I believe it is 21. If I'm not mistaken, and 2 DRS zones, 1 on the main straight going into turn, let me do a guess here, 7, yeah, sure, and 1 going into turn 9 or 10, if that kink is it, I'm not sure, and well, there could be plenty of action here. We'll have to find out. And well, if we go over, I'm just going to go immediately over to the Drivers' Championship. Well, that was already settled a couple weeks ago, where Phantom won the championship, in which he is here today once again. And we'll see what the champion can do around Yas Marina. James B in P2, and this could be the weekend where he can lock P2 in the championship, as Bald Guy is 23 points behind James B in the Drivers' Championship. And then once again, we have that amazing battle going on for P4 between Slayer and Johan Laura, separated by a single point. And then, further back, you've got Shredder and Valkyrie, 160 to 115. So very, very close. And Slow and Steady's not too far behind. Frizy with 101 points, and Redeemer rounding off the top 10. Going over to the Constructors' Championship, 2 teams remain at the top. And it's Haas and Alfa Romeo. Haas 62 points back on Alfa Romeo. They need to gain on Alfa Romeo by a total of 18 points. It's a bit of a gamble, but anything can happen. My name is Miniko, and alongside me is Zach. Now, Zach, we've seen a lot of action here in Abu Dhabi already, and it's only the 4th race of this week. Could we expect more? Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure I already know the answer, but what are your thoughts? Are those your thoughts?
Yes, those are my thoughts, man. But in all seriousness, though, I was muted. I was talking to a brick wall just now, so yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah, I do that in my spare
Might as well
time.
be doing that.
Yeah, it's my spare time, but yeah, you know the answer.
I'm being told... Oh, wait, no, never mind. I was going to say that people weren't able to hear you, but that was confirmed because of the fact that you were not talking. So that would be the reason why. I'm already being told that it's going to be a full dry session. Now, you may think, yeah, that's pretty normal. There have been league races where it's wet around here. So, it could happen. It's not going to happen here tonight, though. But we'll just have to see what kind of action will come down. As if we look over at the tires, whoa, that's a lot of mediums.
Wow.
Only 3 drivers have selected the soft compounded tire, that being Daze, Fluky, and Father Korn. Obviously, 2 of them haven't left the pits yet. Fluky has. First person to cross the line, though, is going to be, I guess you could say, Haas's hopeful to try and catch Alfa Romeo in the championship, and that is Johan Laura, in which he had a titanic battle in Jeddah last week. Well, he's going to want to bounce back and take the win, as he's now gone on to provisional pole with a 137.9. Is that competitive to the likes of, well, I know one man that I could definitely think of, and that is Slayer, as he's currently on a lap. We'll have to find out. Those 2 have been in an amazing battle. And, well, we could see more of that. Frizy crosses the line. He goes up into P2. But then it's quickly slowed down P3 as Johan Laura's teammate, Shredder, goes up to provisional pole. Great lap. Though then it's taken away by Fluky with a 136.9 on the soft compounded tire. So already some decent lap times being put up on the board.
I mean, 3 out of the 4 are on him, so I don't think those are representative times when it comes to crunch time. Flag. Oh no! We saw in Tier 3 we have our first victim. It's Avi.
Managed to keep it going, has not hit the barriers enough to dislodge the tire. And, well, he'll just simply get out of the way since an Alfa Romeo is coming. I believe that is Phantom. No, he's actually backed off, so never mind. I guess he's doing 2 outlaps. I saw before in Sector 3 that the Redeemer had a little bit of a spin at the exit of the triple chicane. And, well, that's not the start he would have wanted for his qualifying, but he's going to go again. And, well, we'll have to see who else is on a lap. What about Johan Lahr? He's already second up to the Sector 2 split. Well, he goes fastest now on the mediums with a 136.7. By a full second improvement, he goes on the pole. Yellow flag in Sector 3. Is that for Slayer? Yes, it is. What's happened to the Alpine?
He probably whacked the pit lane entry.
Who knows? But luckily, he has managed to keep it going and will easily return into the pits. I'm now pulling up the track map, the correct track map, because it's not the 20.
Gotten sniped by the board.
Oh.
I'm clipping that. My man literally just got sniped.
Seems okay though. I mean, he's still moving, which is good. But apparently, from what I've heard, is that there is a board at turn 2 or turn 3 that just absolutely kills you. I believe it's turn 3, right?
I don't even know the quarter numbers. Don't ask me. I'd ask Katra.
Well, I'm pulling them up right now. So there we go. I believe it's turn 2 on the left-hand side where there's a board that if you hit it wrong, you're off. So that's probably what happened to Frizy. But he is all good as he's currently sitting what was P4, but then is quickly replaced by the other Ferrari of Bald Guy. So right now it's a Haas Ferrari for the top 4.
Oh, top 5 is full of Ferrari engines, by the way, so there's that.
That's true, as Redeemer has gone up to P5.
Yes. It's 14 drivers in this race. Very low considering Tier 4 attendance.
That is low. In fact, that is actually the lowest that Tier 4 has ever had. Their lowest was 15. So now, 14 being the lowest, though I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is Valkyrie. Yeah, Valkyrie might be joining late, so we could go back to 15. That'd be great. And, ooh, I just saw a little bit of slipstream action between the 2 Alfa Romeos there.
Nice. Love to see it.
It was Redeemer getting slipstream from his teammate, Phantom, so that is very interesting. Does that help Redeemer through the Sector 2 split? By 1.5 second, it has.
Yeah, even with that 1.5, that'll put him at a 37.4. That'll put him at a Bod Guy. As John Moore is actually retired in the pit lane.
We're halfway through the session, and he is already calling it. That is something else. They just said in the chat they didn't mean to set that pole lap. Are you sure? You're on mediums. I feel like you want to be there.
I mean, he should have retired anyway. Then. Shouldn't have retired.
Redeemer crosses the line. He now goes up to P3.
My clip
Phantom
uploaded.
dives into the pit.
My clip
Oh, that's
uploaded.
good.
Yeah, so if you want to Twitch chat, you can go on Gamer DVR and type in my gamer tag, which is Activitywood2, and just watch Frizy get sniped by the board.
That'll definitely be an interesting sight, needless to say. James B crossed the line. He went up to P8 with a 141.0. That's not really a competitive lap time as of right now, but he possibly could be doing 2 laps in a row. Well, considering the fact that he's already 6/10 up in the first sector alone, that just basically proves my point.
Yep.
So doing what most people are doing.
A lot more guys are lifting through turn 3 in the downhill right compared to the tier 3 guys. So it seems like these tier 4 drivers definitely paid attention to the stream.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just looking over the tires. The amount of people on the mediums is incredible. There's only 4 people on this soft compounded tire, and only 2 of them have set a lap time, that being Fluky and Father Corn, in which Father Corn disrupted the Ferrari-powered 1-5. Oh!
He's still living, though.
Yeah, he is. I just caught that. Give me a better camera angle. Oh, and that's a Mercedes as well. Yikes, turn 3 proving real tricky for these drivers.
Yeah, we saw in tier 3. I jinxed tier 4 just now, so.
Yeah, that is something else. And there's a bit of a counter going on now in the chat. Moo and Bailey counting the amount of spins at turn 3. Well then, gotta keep an eye out for that.
Sounds like a Bailey and Moo thing to do is...
Whoa! James B goes provisional pole on the mediums, nearly 7/10 ahead of Johan Laura. Wow, what a lap time that is.
That is quick. 7/10 clear of Johan Laura. You don't see that every day.
You definitely do not. So he is looking very, very pretty in this qualifying session. Though there's one person that's yet to set a lap time, though he's just set one now, and that is Slayer as he goes up to the front row. And Johan Laura, who accidentally set that pole time, well, he's thinking that was probably not a good idea retiring. I'll have to see where Johan Laura will end up near the end of this qualifying, as I believe quite a few people are in the pits, I believe.
Turn 3!
Yikes. That is now 5.
When did you get 5? I have 4. Come on, guys.
So I'm being, well, by the count, it'd be... Moo is at 4, and then he's gone down to 3, and now it's 4. What? That is... Okay, you guys are confusing me. Alright.
So you had...
I guess it's 4.
You had Days just now. You had Avi earlier. That's 2. And then Frizy. And I believe it was... Shredder. Yeah.
That's 5.
No, that is 4.
No, hold on. No, wait, hold on. Days... Shredder,
2,
Frizy,
3,
Avi.
4.
I thought someone else. Never mind. You know what? Yeah, it's 4.
In a world of delusion.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll just say that. I don't know. I'm kind of having a bit of a brain fart, needless to say. But, anyways, going back to qualifying, it looks like everybody is now into the, well, most people are into the pits. So far, 2 people are on an outlap. There's only one person that has to set a lap time, and that being the Alpine of DTF1 Days. Though it looks like he might be going into the pits. Yes, he is. So he's not going to be able to set a lap time yet.
As the next driver across the line to start their lap will be Father Corner, as there's only 4 drivers out on track right now.
Well, if the Sector 2 yellow flag would please disappear. Not to be rude to you, Unknown, because you don't have any fuel. But, I kind of want to see the amount of time remaining. Please, thank you. Phantom saying in the chat, we need to clean up on turn 3 for a brown seat. I think it's more than just one. I think we need, like, multiple.
Listen, with how much people spend there, including Tier 3, I think that whole portion of the track is just brown. So.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we need to clean that up.
Yeah, we'll need like the track cleaners to come out onto the track, just red flag the session, get it all done. Oh, Father Core going really wide, goes right onto the curbs on the outside. Manages to keep the car going though. Wow, that was a scary moment. Meanwhile, Bald Guy has gone up to the front row now, but he's on the soft compounded tire. Saying Larson line at turn 3. Do you agree with that, Zach?
Yes, I approve. I approve.
You being the NASCAR guy that you are.
For real. Listen, in Tier 2 last week, if I was in second, I would have taken the Larson line in that bank corner. Listen.
I mean, if it works, you might as well go for it.
Yeah, bro, for real. Right next to the wall. If I die, I die.
Yeah, exactly.
Heatwave
Purple
loyal,
Sector
though.
2 for Shredder.
Listen, Heatwave's goated though. We were weaving on the last lap. We were saying hi to each other. You go for that.
Was this weaving or breaking the slipstream? Which was it?
Nah, he was saying hi. He said it himself in the interview. Oh. Is it time to question Minico's ability to hear during interviews?
No, I heard you. It was just a matter of like whether he was actually saying hi or whether it was slipstream. You never know. It just really had to get confirmation. As Shredder's going to come across the line, he goes up to P4, beats his teammate in qualifying. So Haas 4-5, whereas Alfa Romeo 8th and 13th. So Alfa Romeo, they're going to need something out of this, and well, they bolted on the soft compounded tires, so they're definitely going to go for it. Shredder just straight line turn 3. Meanwhile, what is going on up front? That is not, nope, that is the wrong spot. Looks like there's a bit of a car park going on at the chicane between
Valkyrie.
the two DRS straights. Yeah, Valkyrie's just joined, so that's 15. There we go.
There you go.
Everyone's just trying to find a gap.
Father Corn really slapped that curb and went on 2 wheels. Hey,
oh, and Henchman's here now. That's 16. Yeah, more people. Let's go.
Bro, Tier 4 coming in clutch.
Improving on his lap time. Yeah, Tier 4 coming in clutch, exactly. So it won't be the lowest attendance. Instead, it'll be decent. It'll be decent, needless to say. But it's still the better out of all
add
tiers.
the counter. Add up the counter.
5. That's 5. There we go. There's the 5 I'm looking for. Is Avi spun off. As he hit the wall, though, Sprightly has retired out of qualifying. There's a yellow flag in Sector 3. But yeah, Father Corn spun it at turn... Let me pull it up. The exit of turn 17. Bald Guy's now retired, so he is no longer going to improve from his position. As he's currently on the front row. Father Corn spins around again! Oh, hits the wall. That is most certainly rear wing damage. Now,
Phantom,
qualifying
what a
is...
save! What a save, Phantom!
Clip it.
No.
Clip it, we need to know.
No. Screw you. No clip
Wow.
for you.
Clips Frizy dying, but doesn't clip a save from Phantom.
Listen,
Wow.
listen.
Bias.
Fry's way of crashing
Bias.
was so stupid.
Hey, man. People make mistakes, needless to say. Redeemer currently 3/10 up on his lap time. He's going to be the first person to come across the line to finish his lap time. So we're going to stay on board with the Alfa Romeo. We'll see what he does in Sector 3. As Sector 3 is really where he can gain the most time. He's really getting on the curbs here. He's managing his throttle ever so much, being careful not to spin it. Really hits the curb there at turn 19. Manages to keep the car going. Now it is the fast right-hander of... Oh, he actually goes to the pits. Never mind.
We're not gonna act like James B's on a flyer right now?
He is on a flyer, but he backs off. So instead, it's going to be Fluky to come across the line. Where does he put that Ferrari?
Dead. He's alive, though.
Stays. He stays in P6. Phantom just crashes, simply. And, well, he's going to start in P13. Avi's going to go into the pits. That's qualifying done. James B on pole. And Bald Guy on the front row. Bit of an anticlimactic qualifying that was.
Yeah.
One thing's for sure, though, is that Haas are in a brilliant position to gain points on Alfa Romeo. They're lining up 4th and 5th, whereas one Alfa Romeo is in the top 10. The other one being P13, not the qualifying session that Alfa Romeo wants.
Well, I haven't looked at Constructors yet, but I think Constructors can be locked this week, if I remember.
Yes, it can. Gap is 62 points between the two. Alfa Romeo just had to be sure that Haas doesn't outscore them by 18 points. Well, the way that Shredder and Johan Laura are lined up, that could possibly be the points. Actually, it would be the points. If the race were to just stop the way it is right now, Redeemer's gaining 4, Shredder 12, and Johan Laura 10. That's exactly 18 to stay in contention. But obviously, it's only qualifying.
Oh, God, we still have 28 laps. Anything could happen. Phantom with the elite lap time with a 2:11.9.
Clear.
Upcoming
Clear.
esports star right here.
Yeah, man. Clear.
Well.
We're just waiting on Valkyrie to load. And now everyone's loading. Okay, there we go. And as it was confirmed, the timer's already gone, okay. But as it was confirmed, it is going to be a dry session. Valkyrie and Henchman are in the race, but they're in the wrong car, interestingly. Valkyrie in the Mercedes and Henchman in the Red Bull, which is very confusing. But, alright. The last time actually, to be fair, last time Valkyrie was in the Mercedes, got driver of the day, got P5 in a very, very wet British Grand Prix. So, maybe that bodes good luck? We'll have to find out.
You never know.
Let's look over at the race director, the trusty race director, and, well, everyone on the top 10 has to start on the tire they qualified on, and 4 people are on the mediums, that being James B, Slayer, Johan Laura, and Redeemer, in which they are P1, P3, P5, and P8, respectively. The 11th and down, they get to start on whatever tire they want, and looking at it, only 2 people selected the mediums, that being Valkyrie and Henchman. So very interesting there. Most people going for the softs.
Very interesting. As Valkyrie and Henchman, you guys good? Are you okay? Oh, they have the glitch. They need to leave and rejoin. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
I gotta go. Hold on.
Yeah, be sure to warn them. That's tough. Oh, well, Valkyrie's gone. Is that actually Valkyrie, though?
Could be the, yeah.
Nope, Oh, it's not Valkyrie anymore. What about Henchman? Yeah, there's Henchman. Is he going to leave the session? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so they left the session, and be sure to invite them back.
Hello.
That's not the start that they would have wanted, but hopefully they can get back in time for the start of this race. And well, 28 laps, and we've seen action, a lot of action, really, from all the other tiers. Well, that definitely bodes well for what could happen here tonight. Janesby on pole. Ball Guy in P2. If that were to stay the way it is, Janesby will lock P2 in the championship. But Ball Guy, being on the softs, he could potentially have a better start compared to Janesby. But he's going to have to be careful, though, because look who's behind him. Slayer. Slayer has been very, very pacey the past couple of races ever since, if I look over, I would say USA, where he won. Actually, Slayer's on a bit of a checkerboard, I want to notice. First, second, first, second, first.
Phantom, you good?
Does that bode for another second?
Sprightly, you good?
What has happened to the McLaren? Oh.
Lost attraction. Who cares for its formation lap?
Yeah, but that also increases tire wear. Because, you know, that's a thing. You know. Meanwhile,
okay.
what's going on in Sector? Why is everyone just parked up? I'm just seeing everyone parked over at the penultimate corner. Not sure what's going on there, but everyone's got it sorted as we are now lining up on the grid. 16 drivers. 28 laps of mayhem, needless to say. As we now wait for Henchman. Oh, wait, actually, oh, right. This glitch. This glitch. I've had this glitch before.
Elite.
Is that already calling for a lobby restart? Ball Guy's just left the session. So that doesn't exactly bode well.
Did they do an extra warm-up lap?
Ball Guy is saying for a lobby restart. So that is what's going on. Alright, so yeah, it is going to be a lobby restart. That's actually, I think that's actually the first time, I believe, that's happened in Tier 4.
Nice, nice, nice.
Huh. Apparently this game isn't broken as I thought. Well, it can be, but you know.
They're elite.
Speaking of elite, thank you, the race engineer of Redeemer and Phantom, that being Bois. He's just sent me the starting grid.
No one cares about Bois. This kid.
Hey, whoa, 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 whoa,
Hey, I
whoa,
was joking. We
You're
love
playing
Bois.
with fire.
I literally have an emoji that says we love Bois.
You're playing with fire there, sir.
No, I am not there, sir. I gotta find it. Here it is. There you go.
You don't have nitro, dude.
I know, bro. It's so weird because, like, the emojis are not grayed out for me. And if you don't have nitro, they are.
It'd be like that. I believe Avi, once again, is going to be the one setting up the lobby, as it has been the entire season. Kudos to Avi, by the way. I just want to say, this being the first time that it's lagged, the fact that he's been so committed to host the lobby every single race. Kudos. Kudos, Avi. There we go. I am in. And I shall now invite you. There we go. Could give me extra time to prepare some snacks. I mean, I already got food with me. Got some chips. 'Cause why not?
I don't have anything with me.
Well, that's unfortunate. That's your mistake. I'm just gonna let everyone know that the top 10 have to start on the tire that they qualified on. Because there have been those people. Phantom, you're racing. If you can race and eat food, go at it. Honestly. I mean, to be fair, you won the championship, so even, like, it doesn't even matter. But, like, you know. You still kind of got a constructors to deal with. Send me some. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. Also, Valkyrie, you're supposed to be in the McLaren, I just want to say, because that is your allocated car. There we go, the reminder has been sent. Now we've got our 16 drivers. As I believe we can get ready to go once again. Hopefully. So when I reminded people, Redeemers just decided to call me mother. Alright. Venmo for food. Sir, I don't see that working here.
Bro, what are you in a debate with, a brick wall right now?
I'm talking to chat. I'm talking to chat right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hi, chat.
You don't have it pulled up, do you? I can take that as a no.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Just waiting for the confirmation that we can go racing once again. Well, the man who makes the call, that being Bald Guy. Asian noodles or pasta is what Phantom is asking. Depends on the pasta, if I'm being honest.
My Twitch won't even load on my phone. Bro.
That's okay. You don't need it.
I do.
No, you don't. As we do have the confirmation that we are readying up once again. I believe that Avi does have the qualifying order up, as Square posts an angry cat in the Tier 4 chat. Well then. Valkyrie, please be in the McLaren. He's in the Mercedes. Well, I did warn him to go in the McLaren. Didn't listen, so
Listen.
Don't blame me. Nice cat.
Thank you. Thank you. I love my cat, bro. For real.
What was his name again?
Butterscotch, wow. Elite.
I kind of forgot.
Yeah.
Like, I remember you mentioning it, but I just didn't remember what exactly. And then the Valkyrie posts his cat.
Hello. For real.
That's an inspirational photo. Just the cat be vibing, bro. He's just casually minding his own business. Johan Laura readied up last second. I was just about to say, didn't ready up in time. Yeah, and it looks like that, well, the weather is certainly correct. Let's look over at the starting grid. Is it correct? Oh, yes, it is. Beautiful. So let's go over through the qualifying grid. James B lines up on pole position. I believe his 6th pole position of the season. Let me check that. Yes, it is. 6th pole position, tied with Slayer for the most pole positions in a season. So very interesting there. Ball Guy lines up on the front row. Slayer lines up in P3 ahead of Shredder. Then And then Johan Laura lines up 5th. Haas 4th and 5th in qualifying. Very good performance from them, with Fluky not too far behind in P6. Then it's Father Korn in P7 ahead of Redeemer. Then Frizy in the Mercedes lines up P9 ahead of the Unknown in 10th. Rounding off the top 10. And you got Avi, Sprightly, championship winner Phantom lines up P13. And he's going to need to work his way up if he wants to clinch Alfa Romeo, the Constructors' Championship. Days lines up P14. Then Valkyrie and Henchman, who didn't set a lap time, lines up P15 and P16 respectively. And, well, looking over, there was 4 people that were to start on the mediums, and that was of Janesby, Slayer, Johan Laura, and Redeemer. So everyone in the top 10 are going to start on the tire that they qualified on. So nobody had that glitch. Nice.
Or they should have forgot it. But, yeah. Yeah, let's go.
Well, if they forgot it, well, it doesn't matter, because they got it right.
Yeah.
A lot of more people are on the mediums now, from 11th down. Avi, Sprightly, Days, and Valkyrie have now gone on the mediums. Phantom, interestingly, sticking with the sauce as he goes wide at turn 1. Hello.
Someone report him. Someone report him.
It's a formation lap.
Someone report him.
Calm down.
Someone report him, bro. For real?
Valkyrie telling me to check Discord. Why would that be? Why are you telling me to check Discord? I'm seeing cats. That's pretty much all I'm saying. Oh! Fluky and Father Korn disqualified from the session. That's not going to help them because their tires are going to be cold. I'm seeing a dog now because of Square. What is going on in Tier 4 chat?
Do not worry. It is just a cat. True.
I mean, yeah, it is just a cat, but I'm just so confused.
Cats are superior.
I mean, to be fair, I do have 2 cats of my own. So, I mean, I can agree with it. I can definitely agree with it. As we're about to end Sector 2, and, well, James B and Bald Guy, there's quite a bit of a gap between the two, interestingly. When I know you had to be within a certain length of the car in front. Not sure if that meets it. Have to find out later. But yeah, these two could be potentially the 2 to watch out for because both of them have a shot of P2 in the championship. James B can lock it tonight. Bald Guy, well, he just has to hope that James B DNFs and Bald Guy gets the win in order to claw him, not just claw back, but also overtake James B for P2 heading into the final race of the season. That being the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. I'm glad I said that right. And meanwhile, what in the world? So there's a huge gap now between James B and Bald Guy. And then there's a massive train going on with Slayer leading a pack. And there were a couple of drivers going wheel to wheel further back. Hello? Why is Phantom... Every time I've tuned over the Phantom, he's been track extending.
Report him, report him, report him, report him.
It's a formation lap. Again.
Report
Calm
him.
down. Speaking of formation lap, we're about to end it.
If anyone in here watches the NFL, I'm pretty sure Baker Mayfield was traded to the Bucs, so there's that.
I would say weekly NFL update, but
For real?
you don't really give those out.
For real? Weekly
We're now
NFL
waiting.
update?
We're now waiting on... No, we're not waiting anymore. Firewood lights are on. It's lights out, and away we go. A really good start for the Haas and a slow start for a Bald Guy in the Ferrari. It's actually a beautiful start from Shredder as he's now going wheel to wheel with James B. He actually got disqualified. What?
I saw that in the back. Shredder crashed, and he couldn't get the car going.
On my screen, he's trying to go wheel to wheel with... What? I am... Okay. Well, okay, James B leads the ahead of Bald Guy. Then Fluky lines up in P3, a great start for the Ferrari. Father Korn lines up P4 now, as Redeemer is P5 ahead of Slayer and Phantom. but there's already a close battle between those three as Redeemer trying to cover off Slayer. Slayer backing off a little bit. That's going to allow Phantom to dive on the inside into turn 7. And he makes the move stick, and he's gone from P13 all the way up to P6. A beautiful start from the Alfa Romeo. Slayer ahead of Frizy, then it's Valkyrie. Valkyrie's also had a really good start. The two Alfa Romeos are going wheel to wheel once again. Is now Phantom. He makes the move, and Phantom is now up into P5. Meanwhile, yellow flag. What's gone on further back? I believe that might be for days. Is it? No, it's not. So, fake yellow flag.
Did you not see Johan
Meanwhile,
Laura literally just die?
I'm noticing that now. Thank you very much. Johan Laura is all the way down to P12. What a horrible start for the Haas. He's now going wheel to wheel and has been overtaken by Henchman for P12. That is not the start the Haas would have wanted. It's absolute drama for Haas. Absolute elation for Alfa Romeo as James B leads the first lap ahead of Bald Guy and Fluky. It's basically an Italian 1, 2, 3, 4, but that can definitely change as Phantom all over the back. He crashes! Phantom has crashed at the exit of turn 2! Your championship leader and championship winner suffers his first DNF of the season as a virtual safety car.
Do you think he cares?
Well, I mean, there's still constructors to fight for, but now it's a full course safety car.
Well, since we're under safety car procedures, there's nothing to talk about. It is snowing at my house right now in the middle of March.
Cute.
Yeah, bro.
Real cute.
I'm hoping to cancel school for Monday.
We'll have to find out if that does.
How are you gonna find out?
I have my ways.
You live in my house, bro? You live in my attic? You live in my attic. You think I don't know? Joke's on you. I watch you.
Sure you did.
Bro.
And anyways, well, the safety car is currently on right now. James B and Bald Guy have stayed stationary in the positions they have started in, so well, for James B, that's great. And for Bald Guy, well, it's not great, but it's not terrible because he wants to catch that. Oh, James B faking out Bald Guy a little bit, possibly going into the pits, but bails out of it. Fluky goes up 3 positions, so does Father Corn and Redeemer. They've all gone up 3 positions. A great start for those drivers. Slayer down 3 positions. Valkyrie is up 8. He's had a brilliant start in the Mercedes as I believe that is the unknown and Frizy into the pits. Yes, it is.
I'm not sure you said this, but the Ferraris are in an AlphaTauri sandwich.
They are. They very much are. As well, that could definitely change, but like I said before, it is an all Italian 1, 2, 3, 4. If that's the end of the race, then they'd be hoping it's Monza, but it's not. We are a long ways away from Monza, in which Johan Laura won that. Speaking of Johan Laura, he's gone down the most positions. That is still in this race, as he's gone down 7. Not the start he would have wanted from P5.
Listen, it's supposed to be 8 degrees where I live all day tomorrow, and on Sunday, in the middle of March. May I remind you?
Yeah. Well, Mother Nature or something. I don't know.
Elite.
Elite, indeed. Steak saying in the chat that Alpha is Italian too. Well, the brand is, however, the team it's based off of, because Alfa Romeo took over Sauber, and Sauber is based off Switzerland. So it could be counted as an Italian team, but it's also Swiss at the same time. So it's kind of half and half. But you are right, it is Italian. I'll give you that. Meanwhile, something happens to Johan Laura.
I don't see
Kept
nothing.
it going as the Haas. something happened, that's for sure, because he lost position to the unknown. And Frizy, does he have wing damage, does the Haas? I'm going to have a look. No, no wing damage. No damage of any kind. So possibly just a mistake. I'm not entirely sure. Henchman now into the pits. And Frizy's back into the pits again. Oh, he's going back onto the mediums. I think he started on the mediums, didn't he? No, because he was in the top 10.
Let's check race director.
Yeah, go check the Rusty. The Rusty? The Trusty.
For who?
The Trusty race director. Yeah.
For who?
You know what? Rusty's.
For who?
For Frizy.
Soft, hard, medium.
Well done, Frizy. You've already used all 3 tire compounds and we're only on lap 4.
Let's go. So that means that he pitted every single lap except for 1.
Oh! Oh, what in the world? Okay, well,
What are
Henchman is
you
now ahead of Johan Laura.
What?
I was looking further back. Henchman hit the back of Johan Laura and got ahead, interestingly. Actually, Johan Laura isn't... He's disconnected. Might need to invite him back.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Because I'm seeing different. Everyone is in the lobby for me, and nothing's happening.
What the? I'm just seeing Johan Laura getting taken out.
Here.
I am...
Here, I'll invite you.
I'm not disconnected. Like, I don't think... No, I'm not disconnected. It's just that one.
What is James B doing for you on your screen?
He's backing everybody up because the safety car's in this lap. Weaving.
Yeah. So, I don't know. But
You're going to have to keep me updated on Johan Laura, I think.
Johan Laura is just weaving. Literally nothing's happening.
Well, obviously. When there's another safety car, I think I might tune out and then come back in. I think that's what I might do.
Yeah.
When there's another safety car. In which safety cars have been proven to be common here. It's been proven in realistic. It's been proven in Tier 3. Tier 4, we've already had a safety car, and we're just ending lap 4. As James B, it looks like he's already gone?
He has.
Has he? Yeah, he has. Very early there from the AlphaTauri. As he got across the line, the race is now resumed. And he has actually caught Ball Guy out by doing that. So he pulled the right strategy there. As James B ahead of Ball Guy, then of Fluky. And Father Corn, so far, everybody's staying stationary as it stands.
Young
There's a
Lord
bit of a
got
gap,
ahead
though.
of Sprightly.
But right now, I'm seeing the Sprightly is currently backing up a little bit of a pack from P9 down, though I suppose that'd be P10 and down,
P10
since
for
Johan
Sprightly.
Laura would be P9.
Yep.
Yeah.
Young Laura.
There's a bit of a train already forming back there. Father Corn all over the back of Fluky. He's gaining on that Ferrari in the AlphaTauri. Can he possibly make it a double AlphaTauri podium? He's got to think about it on the inside. Is he going to break late enough? Nah, Fluky's just able to keep it round the outside. And he's going to hold position for P3. Father Corn will just have to settle for P4. Meanwhile, further back, look at Slayer and Redeemer. Slayer's got a really good jump out of the chicane. Is he going to have a look on the Alfa Romeo? He's going to dive on the inside, does the Alpine, but Redeemer trying to keep her on the outside. There's contact, but so far they managed to keep it together, and Slayer will have to settle for P6. I don't think that's damage, though, for the Alpine, but he goes really wide.
Johan Laura, what a huge save. He got on the curb and was sliding everywhere, but was able to save the car. He's all over Avi right now.
So if I go on board with Avi, if you look at the back, everyone just pretend that Johan Laura is right behind Avi.
Oh, that's a yellow flag.
Meanwhile, yellow flag, Fluky's round!
Johan Laura, P8.
Looped out the exit, and he's going to go into the pits.
Wait, I wonder, once Johan Laura goes with Avi, I want to see if Avi has the same inputs as you do.
As Frizy goes in, he actually spun. He's into the pits as well. Days gets a 3-second time penalty. And Slayer has now gotten ahead of Redeemer. They're actually going wheel to wheel the two as Slayer trying to go around the outside. There's contact. Redeemer's round. not what Alfa Romeo would have wanted. And now Redeemer has been relegated down to P7, or technically P8, because Johan Lara would be behind.
P7 for Johan Lara, P8 for Redeemer.
Yeah, so Redeemer from P5 all the way down to P8. That's not what he would have wanted. Meanwhile, further back, looks like Days Freak and, well, not Days Freak, DTF1 Days and Henchman were going at it, and Days cedes position to Henchman, as now Henchman is inside the top 10 once again. Look over at the front, though. James B already building a gap of 1.3 seconds ahead of Bald Guy.
Well, look at Avi here. Look at Avi. As Johan Lara just blew past him. So P6 Johan Lara.
Saying for me that Avi is P6, but, you know, this game, it'll be like that. But I guess Johan Lara is now up into P6. There's contact, though, between Avi and Redeemer, as Valkyrie gets a 3-second time penalty, but Redeemer just pushing that Williams a little bit, but he stays behind for the time being. Really, this is the closest battle going on.
Closest battle on track is between Redeemer and Avi. Yes, you are correct, but Johan Lara is already 1.3 behind Valkyrie, so he's definitely on a charge.
He definitely is. Obviously, Valkyrie got up 10 positions off the start. That's a yellow flag. That's the unknown out.
That's safety car. All right, join. All right, leave.
Wow, perfect opportunity. Thank you. Yeah, okay. I'll leave the session, and I will come back real quick. Hopefully, that fixes everything. You gotta love this game, you know. Just the fact that this is happening. This game is absolutely lovely.
What is it doing?
The Johan Lara thing.
You see?
That's what it's doing.
There you go, you're back.
Yes, I am. Let's see. Is Johan Lara fixed on my screen is the question.
You should be behind Valkyrie.
I'm just currently loading in right now. Has anyone pitted yet? Or are we not even close to that?
What?
Pits.
James B's coming in. Everybody's starting to come in.
Oh yeah, I can see that now. Well, actually, it's only just Bald Guy and James B. They've gone to the pits. Now Valkyrie has gone into the pits. Johan Lara stays out, so Johan Lara's fixed for me. Yay! We can now see him in full form.
Yes.
Looks like no one else is following suit, so it's just James B, Bald Guy, and Valkyrie that have pitted in this race. And, well, the tires, let's see the tires they go on. Mediums for James B, mediums for Bald Guy, and mediums for Valkyrie. Obviously, Bald Guy, he started on the soft compounded tire, so theoretically he doesn't have to pit again. Valkyrie and James B, they do have to pit again, so they are gambling for another safety car. Are those two? As now, Father Korn leads the race ahead of Slayer. That's Johan Lara in P3, Avi in P4, Redeemer's back up to P5. So that is, yeah, so he's back to where, he originally spun off of Slayer, but he is back up into the top 5. Sprightly is now P6, Henchman is now in P7, Days in P8. That's a Williams game. There we go. There we go. And there's the Alpine of Days. James B pitted in this race. He's now P9. Bald Guy P10 after pitting. Valkyrie P11 after pitting. And Fluky is P12. We've already lost 4 drivers. The unknown, Frizy, and Phantom in this race. Shredder disqualified immediately in this race. That is not what Haas would have wanted. And, well, it's already been a dramatic first 8 laps of this race, and we still have 20 laps left. Henchman's now left the session. believe it's Valkyrie and Henchman, so if you can invite them back, Zach, that would be deeply appreciated.
Yes, I'm working on it right now.
Stig, the only reason why I had the Prestige 5, it wasn't even a sweat. I just wasted all my pit coins on the first podium pass, because why not? Like I was going to use them for anything. Liveries aren't great. The gloves aren't great. It's literally just the helmets, and I already have all the helmets, so it doesn't even matter.
You know, I'd waste money, huh?
Well, technically, no, I didn't waste money, because I got Ultimate Edition. I got Ultimate Edition
Nice choice,
for
Brad.
F1 2021, so, yeah. I did it mainly for the My Team icons, and I actually used that quite a bit, so, you know, it was worth it in the end. I just need a better Xbox for better frames and stuff. That's just the main goal. Hopefully that happens soon. We're now just waiting on Fluky to line up onto the back of this group, as we have 12 drivers left in this race. It's crazy how dramatic this race has already been.
Yeah. Very, very dramatic, but we're only 9 laps into this race. It's only going to get more chaotic from here.
Indeed. We've already got 2 safety cars, and, well, we could possibly have quite a few more. Phantom now has food, so, that's what the, championship winner is doing. He's, eating food. He doesn't care what goes on. Safety car is now in at the end of this lap, so it is now the other AlphaTauri of Father Korn to now bunch everybody up, and it's his discretion as to when they will go. Will he go early like James B did, or will he go late as many other drivers have done? We'll have to find out, as everyone just trying to warm up their tires now. Just seeing that is honestly amusing. Everyone on that little straight just weaving across the track to warm up their tires. It's honestly pretty amusing. But I'm just waiting to see that one Kimi Räikkönen. Speaking of which, Kimi Räikkönen, you will definitely be missed in Formula 1. He already retired at the end of 2021, but, well, we'll miss him. We shall definitely miss him. I just got a message from someone, but that's not important right now, as it looks like the race is going to resume, and yes, it has. Father Korn has gone early, like his teammate did the previous safety car restart, and that has caught Slayer out, so that's a start he would have wanted. Johan Lara's also been caught out, same with Avi and Redeemer. Everyone seems to be caught out by that, so Father Korn has done that beautifully in the AlphaTauri, but he's already been quickly gained by the Alpine. Just the sheer speed of that Alpine clearly having the pace over the AlphaTauri at the stage of this race. Obviously, Father Korn is on the old softs. He is one of the only soft runners that has yet to pit. As we're going to stay on board with the front 2, is Slayer going to think of a move down at the end of this straight? He's gaining on the AlphaTauri, gaining, pulls to the right-hand side. Father Korn, though, he defends the inside, and they will stay stationary for the time being. Meanwhile, Henchman and Sprightly going at it. Henchman getting ahead of the McLaren, as now Bald Guy, actually, something has happened to Valkyrie. He's fallen down to P11, so something has happened there, as James B has now gotten ahead of Sprightly, so he's on a bit of a charge. Meanwhile, for the lead, there's Father Korn and Slayer going at it. Father Korn defending the inside. Slayer trying to keep it around the outside. Give me better camera angles, game. Thank you. And Slayer gets the better traction from the compared to the AlphaTauri, and he now goes up into P1. Meanwhile, Johan Laura is challenging for P2 in Sector 3. You don't often see a battle in the 3rd sector, and it looks like Johan Laura's got ahead. Yes, he has. So great battling between the two. Slayer now leads ahead of Johan Laura. It's Jenna all over again.
I would have to throw it a wide one here, but I saw Slayer hit the wall in the Nicholas Latifi corner pretty hard. I heard the whack come out of it, but that means the question: does Slayer have front wing damage? And if he does, it would be on the right side.
Not entirely sure. He seemed okay through those sets of corners of turn 2 and 3. In fact, actually, he was pulling away from Johan Laura, so I think that was nothing, really. Meanwhile, Johan Laura having a little look at the exit of the hairpin. So Johan Laura clearly showing the pace that he has as he's now going to try and go for this race lead. He's gaining on the Alpine. Is he going to shape up a move down into turn 8? He thinks about it, but he stays behind for the time being. Meanwhile, further back, the two Williams are swapped, and Henchman and Redeemer make contact. Not sure what's happened there. Redeemer has forced Henchman off the track and has to cut the corner in order to, well, just not die, basically. And now Redeemer has P4. Henchman has now gone down to P5. Avi now down to P6. Meanwhile, Valkyrie has made a move on Fluky. That might have been contact between the Mercedes and the Ferrari, but Valkyrie gets ahead and is now back up into P9.
Well, it's Jet all over again. I think Johan Laura's looking for vengeance here.
I think he definitely is, and it looks like Johan Laura definitely has the cornering speed in relation to Slayer, which can definitely prove crucial in the third sector, as it's proving, as he's basically pushing this Alpine through the corners. James B gets a 3-second time penalty. That is not what he wanted for this race. Slayer, Johan Laura already pulling a 2.3-second gap over Father Corn, so those two are flying out in front as it was in Jeddah.
100%, but Father Corn in a world of his own right now, not near anybody.
Yeah, he is. He's 1.8 ahead of Redeemer. The Redeemer is slowly gaining on the AlphaTauri. Staying onto the lead, though, Johan Laura has a brilliant chance to take the lead here on lap 12. He's got the DRS. His DRS has been enabled this lap, and he's going to use it to full advantage. Does the Haas, and he moves into the lead of this Grand Prix. And Slayer will have to stay behind, but there is another DRS zone. Is Slayer going to be able to be close enough to make a move on Johan Laura? James B gets ahead of Avi, and so does Bald Guy, as James B is now to P6. Bald Guy at the P7. Slayer has the DRS on Johan Laura. Is he gaining enough to make a move? He actually gets clear ahead of the Haas, and he's now back up into the lead.
Well, I wonder if they're going to start DRS swapping between the two. That way they can pull away from the rest of the grid here.
Quite possibly. There's a yellow flag over in Sector 2. I believe that might have been for Fluky, so something has happened to the Ferrari, but he's managed to keep it going. Oh. What's happened to the Haas?
He caught that curve and started drifting the whole corner, but almost slammed to the wall full force, but was able to catch the car. If you're not careful with those curbs, like I said in Tier 3, you're going to be punished severely for it.
Well, he may have been punished, but it wasn't enough. He has lost a bit of a gap to Slayer, but he's still within that DRS. James B sets the fastest lap at the 140.2, so James B clearly on a charge. Johan Laura, though, he's starting to close it back up on Slayer once again. He's going to try and take back the lead of this Grand Prix here in Yas Marina. And the question is, does he get a good run out of the hairpin of turn 7? Not quite. He's going to have the DRS, though, to try and gain back. It doesn't look like he's going to be close enough, though, so that'll stay for the time being. Meanwhile, further back, Redeemer, who's fighting for Alfa Romeo for the Constructors' Championship on the back of Father Corn. He's got the DRS, but it looks like Father Corn has great straight line speed in the AlphaTauri. Redeemer braking late, though, and he makes the move. He's now up into P3. The Father Corn is going to have the DRS on the Alfa Romeo once again. The DRS now wide open for the AlphaTauri. This might be an easy move for the for Father Corn. They're going 3 wide into turn 10. Henchman gets a 3-second time penalty. He's been turned by Father Corn as Henchman now has to cut the chicane as lost position to Father Corn, Redeemer, James B, and Bald Guys. What has happened there? Meanwhile, Bald Guy and Father Corn are going at it as James B's now up into P4. Bald Guy's now up to P5.
I have no clue what just happened, but whatever.
Nice one.
Thank you. Happened in Tier 3. Happened again.
It's been happening as of recently. Speaking of which, I missed this. Johan Laura took back the lead.
Oh,
and now
dead. That is.
That's Henchman. Dives into the pits as a result of it and speeds in the pit lane. That contact between Henchman and Father Corn Well, Father Corn didn't get any damage. He's just pinning just to get out the sauce, but that is not what the Williams of Henchman wanted. He now is going to be last. Yikes.
Well, bad for P4, or even for the pot. Jeez, I'm having a stroke. Battle for third going on right now between Redeemer James B and Bald Guy.
Yeah, and that was a pretty easy move for James B as he moves up into P3 using the DRS. Can Redeemer, though? Oh, hits the curb, though. That is definitely not going to help him as he's now lost a ton of time. Meanwhile, for the lead, Slayer has gotten back past Johan Laura and is now back up into the lead. Meanwhile, for P4, Bald Guy trying around the outside, but it's just not enough.
Well, I think the top tier right now, they're just driving, not doing much.
Let's not forget, though, Slayer and Johan Laura still have to pit in this race. Same with Redeemer, same with Avi, Sprightly, and Daze. So they will have to make a pit stop soon. And, well, they would want to hope for a safety car because if you look, James B's in P3. He'd effectively take the lead of this Grand Prix. Granted, he pulls a gap to Bald Guy. Speaking of James B, he sets the fastest lap with a 1:39.5.
It's been quite a while since we've had James B. having being up in the podium and having great speed.
We had it last week.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Dementia kicking in again. I'm bad.
You got P2 in that race. How could you not forget? How could you forget that?
Bro.
Back over to the lead though. Johan Laura once again has DRS on the Alpine of Slayer. Is it going to be enough to make a move? Yes, it is. They're going wheel to wheel, and Johan Laura easily gets ahead of the Alpine. He moves back up into the race lead once again. Meanwhile, Bald Guy and Redeemer have gone at it, and Bald Guy gets the position. He's now P4.
Quick question. Do you know if James B was on wheel or controller before the Christmas break?
I believe it may have been wheel as the leaders swap once again. Slayer's now gotten ahead. Look over his steering wheel. Yeah, that's wheel.
That's wheel.
That's wheel.
Wonderful.
Yep.
I wondered because I swear before Christmas break, I swear James B was on controller.
He was on controller for Monza, and well, he retired from that race. But from what I know, yeah, he's mostly been on wheel.
Interesting.
Just want to note, look how close Johan Laura is on Slayer through this Sector 3. They're nearly like less than 2/10 apart, are these two. They clearly have the same pace. This is almost esports the way they're close to each other, as Slayer he has the lead, but obviously he still has to make a pit stop. So does Johan Laura, so they're just trying to gain as much time as they can over James B, but James B is closing on to these two. So this definitely isn't working out for the Alpine and the Haas.
Oh, Fluky! He's in the wall! Turn 3!
Has managed to keep it going, though. Hasn't entirely lost his front wing, but he has lost his right side end plate, and that is good enough to well, impede your pace. And you no doubt have to pit in this race. As Johan Laura got back past ahead of Slayer. Is Slayer going to be close enough, though, to Johan Laura to make a move? Yes, he is, and Johan Laura just simply lets it by.
I've been noticing that he's been doing that.
He has. Baldo, he gets a really good exit, though. They're going wheel to wheel once again, but Johan Laura is just going to stay behind. They could possibly be shaping up a move here if he thinks about it. Nah, he backs down. He's going to stay behind. I was hoping for a bit of a battle because we know how good these two can battle. And, well, Johan Laura clearly playing it smart, but they're losing time more and more they do this because James B is now 2.4 behind these drivers.
I mean, for sure, James B definitely has that pace and that confidence to chase these guys down, but with that time penalty, that's going to hurt him.
The gap between him and Ball Guy currently at 2.7. He needs a 3-second gap if he wants to grab that position. And well, he's definitely pulling away from the Ferrari, which is exactly what he needs in this race. As well, like I said before, he has a chance of clinching P2 in the championship. As it stands right now, though, in terms of the constructors, the constructors will not go down to Imola, as Haas are getting 25, but Redeemer is scoring 10 as of right now. That'll not be enough, and Alfa Romeo will be your constructors champions. But obviously they haven't pitted yet, so that could definitely change. Speaking of pitting, though, Fluky is into the pits and to change his front wing, and he'll probably go onto a new set of medium compound of tire. Yes, he does. Actually, no, those are 2-lap mediums. Never mind.
Donna, get the jousting going, guys. Did James B 6/10 out of DRS? That's a yellow flag. That is for Redeemer, actually.
What has happened to the Alfa Romeo? He's now behind Valkyrie. He possibly made a mistake there. And now he's down to P6. Speaking of Father Korn further back, has gotten ahead of Sprightly. And Johan Laura gets a 3-second time penalty. And immediately dives into the pits. And so does Slayer. So those two are now getting off of the medium compounded tire. That now releases James B back into the lead of this Grand Prix ahead of Bald Guy. And it's going to be Valkyrie now onto the podium. So Valkyrie from starting P15, that Mercedes is definitely boding well for him as he is now on a podium.
It definitely is.
That could definitely change though, because look, Johan Lara and Slayer, they are coming out of the pits. Valkyrie gets a 3-second time penalty, and a little bit of commentator's curse there, my fault, as Johan Lara is currently 7 seconds behind Valkyrie as it stands, but he's going to have the pace advantage over that Mercedes as they are brand new tires.
They are going to chase these guys down quick, that is for sure.
Definitely. They will. We'll have to watch that gap between Johan Laura and Redeemer, as Redeemer hasn't pitted in this race. As if we look over to the gap to the leader, 17.2 seconds. But if you include the 3-second, that's 14 seconds. That's quite a margin.
I think the fresh tires will start kicking in right here for this sector. Which they are.
Quite definitely. Yeah, they definitely are. As James B and Ball Guy, those two are very close to each other. Obviously, with James B having that 3-second time penalty, that would mean that they're close together. As it's separated by milliseconds. Slayer went a little bit wide there, actually. So he's possibly suffering from a little bit of understeer there, but nothing doing. The gap has now gone down to 15.8. Oh, they're charging.
Yeah, they are for sure.
If I were Redeemer, if I'd be Redeemer here, I might be a little bit scared.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got two of the fastest guys in this tier of a Haas and an Alpine catching you down and gaining every place. I think he might have DRS already.
No.
Does he?
Oh, it does.
Wow. He's already got DRS, does the Haas? He got a great exit out of there. No, he doesn't. What? I would have sworn he did.
Johan Laura has
One person
DRS.
that definitely has DRS.
He's going for it.
Oh, he is down the inside. There might have been contact between the two. Redeemer has to cut the chicane. Gets a 5-second time penalty. Henchman has retired from the session, and that's a full course safety car.
And everyone's going on softs.
Johan Lara and Slayer have obviously already pitted. What does this mean, though? What is the gap difference in the pits when it comes to a safety car? I don't know what the delta is. So, if this pans out the way I expect it, James B could potentially take the lead as he dives into the pits, unsurprisingly. Bald Guy follows suit Valkyrie, does he follow suit in the Mercedes? Yes, he does. What about Redeemer? As he's definitely feeling the pressure of the two behind. He's in. Johan Laura's in. Slayer's in. Ooh. That's super close between Johan Laura and Slayer there. But no contact there, as they are now going on to the soft compact tire. Looks like everyone is going on to the soft fresh sets for the top 6.
Slayer
Actually, wait a minute. And Redeemer.
Okay. I see you.
Ooh. Very, very interesting there. So Slayer is now P4. Johan Laura is now P5. Redeemer has now been relegated down to P6 because he got held up in the pits. Wow.
Okay, so my headset's about to die, so I'm gonna charge it to safety car is. So I guess I'll see y'all till then. I hope nothing dramatic happens after safety car. So yeah, see you when safety car is.
Alrighty then. So going through the grid, James B once again leads from Ball Guy. Remember, Ball Guy and James B are competing for P2 in the championship. As of right now, not including James B's penalty, he will grab P2 in the championship, but with that penalty, Ball Guy will grab that, and it will continue on to the last race of the season. Valkyrie currently lines up P3 in the Mercedes as he's gone up 12 positions, I believe. Yeah, 12 positions for the Mercedes. Slayer only down 1 position because he started P3. Johan Laura lines up P5 now. He's back to where he started. Redeemer now in P6 ahead of Father Korn, as Avi now in P8 ahead of Sprightly. There's Days P10, Fluky outside the top 10. We only have 11 drivers. 5 have retired. And, well, when the safety car comes in, I presume it'll come in at around lap 22, depending on how quickly Fluky catches. But that will be, if I'm not mistaken, 6 laps of racing, minimum. So I'll have to see how that pans out. Penalty recap. James B currently has 3 seconds. Valkyrie has 6 seconds. Johan Laura has 3. As interestingly, more people are into the pits. I believe that is of Avi. Yes, it is. And Days. Days, which has a 6-second time penalty. And Fluky has a 3-second. So as of right now, just about half the grid have a time penalty right now. But that could potentially change in the latter stages of this Grand Prix. It's been a very exciting Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And well, needless to say, a very exciting season. But we're not done yet. Let's not forget, as we still have one last dance around the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix next week. As many people would expect Abu Dhabi to be the season finale. But it is not. Instead, it is going to be Imola, as the track was not released by the time we started this season. So, we'll just have to wait for that in just a week's time, and hopefully that can bring some exciting racing. I think, actually, the safety car might be in on this lap, as Fluky is not too far behind. We'll have to see what the race directors do. Will it be called, is the question. Reaching Sector 3 now. So far, nothing said yet. Fluky, though, he is on that straight. He can see the cars in front of him. There's the call. The safety car is now coming in on this lap. From lap 22 all the way to the final lap, we're going to see some fast-paced action. Some hectic action, most likely, as I saw Slayer and Johan Laura swap positions for a second there. But it looks like that has been sorted out, and Slayer P4 and Johan Laura P5. But James B, it's now James B's discretion as to when he will go. He did this before. He timed it beautifully. Will he do it again here And for what would hopefully be the final safety car, as he's coming around to the final 2 corners. And well, looks like Valkyrie's desperate to get ahead of the bald guy. And James B, it looks like he's gone. Has he? Yes, he has. Has that caught out for the Ferrari bald guy? Looks like it has. And now James B leads once again ahead of bald guy. That's Valkyrie. Bald guy going a little bit deep though. Valkyrie now looking for a move on the inside of turn 2, but backs out a little bit. Hits the bollard on the inside, but is able to keep the car going as they're trying to go wheel to wheel now. Into turn 4. He's going to try to go around the outside. Into turn 4 now has the inside. There's contact between the two. And Valkyrie just manages to stay ahead. Meanwhile, Slayer looking for a move on the inside. Into turn 7. Does he have the traction in relation to the Mercedes? That looks like they're pretty equal. But with Valkyrie having the slipstream of the Ferrari ahead, it looks like Valkyrie is going to get ahead for now. And Slayer will have to slap behind. Leslie goes for a move. Into turn 8. He dives down the inside, does the Alpine. But Valkyrie still keeping it around the outside, but now Slayer has the outside, and has a beautiful move from the Alpine, and he moves himself back up into the podium places. And now Valkyrie under pressure from Johan Laura behind. There's a bit of a commotion going on for the back as Fluky's got ahead of Avi, and Fluky's gotten ahead of Days, and Avi has gotten ahead of Sprightly. But so far, everyone keeping it clean. James B already pulling a 1.9 second gap. He's flying out in front. Zach is still not back yet. Okay. well then. But James B pushing everything he can to build that 3-second gap as Slayer is now gaining onto the back of Bald Guy. And it looks like he just has a lot more commitment through these corners. Redeemer gets a 3-second time penalty. That's not going to help his race at all, as he's going to lose position to 3 cars as it stands right now. Slayer very close to the track limits, giving it absolutely everything. Is the Alpine. He needs to get past the Ferrari. He wants to get past this Ferrari if he wants to win this Grand Prix. Days gets a 3-second time penalty. His total has now been added up to 9. Slayer just able to close back up onto these guys. Meanwhile, further back, Johan Laura and Valkyrie going wheel to wheel, but Johan Laura not having the straight line speed in relation to the Mercedes, but he's going to tuck into the slipstream. Does the Haas. Is he going to try and make a move into turn 8? No, he doesn't. He's going to stay behind for the time being, possibly try and set up the exit. Valkyrie looking a little bit slow there through the chicane. Sorry, not Redeemer. Johan Laura getting a little bit squirrely, but he's on the button. He's got the ERS. Is he going to try and go for a move? Round the outside into turn 10. Is it going to be enough? There's a little bit of contact there, but Johan Laura forces his way through, and he's now up into P4. He's going to try and chase after Slayer and a Bald Guy as they are slowly gaining on James B ahead.
Well,
all battles now starting to form. Oh, you're back.
Yeah.
As soon as I started talking.
Yeah. I do either like that. Sorry, not
it's fine.
Yeah, right.
Oh, there's a bollard being smashed there up in front. That might have been either Redeemer or Valkyrie in front. Slayer says the fastest lap of the Grand Prix now with a 137.9. He's flying, but he's stuck behind that Ferrari right now.
I mean, with the ERS being activated, that's going to help him out a lot here.
Oh! He goes a bit wide. He spins out at turn 3. He hits the wall. Has managed to keep it going, though, but that could possibly be rear wing damage for the Alpine. That is not what he wanted. Johan Laura's now up into P3. Valkyrie's now up into P4. Redeemer's now up into P5. The one mistake, and that could potentially be very costly for the Alpine.
That was such a hard hit to the rear wing. I wouldn't even be surprised if that thing's red.
We'll have to find out as Redeemer sails past the Mercedes of Valkyrie, and Redeemer is now up into P4. As it stands right now, Alfa Romeo will still clinch the Constructors' Championship as long as Johan Laura really doesn't get P2 or higher, and Redeemer just scores a point. That's really all that matters, though. Valkyrie trying around the outside into turn 10. He just has to back out of it, and will have to stay behind for P5. But Father Korn is looking rather interested right here. He could potentially be looking. Oh, Valkyrie trying to size up a move. That's not really a move that you would see, but it just didn't work out, and he's going to have to stay behind, and is now going to be under pressure from Father Korn behind. Oh, contact between the two. Now, Father Korn doesn't look like he has any damage, but that could have been very, very bad for the AlphaTauri, but it was just enough to keep him there, to put it simply. Johan Laura now sets the fastest lap.
So, yeah, that was very hard hit for Slater going back on that topic. The way he's driving right now, it doesn't look like he has not front wing, rear wing damage. Which should count as blessings for if he doesn't.
Oh, he decides up a move on the Korn, but spins round. Contact between Father Korn and Slayer. It was just a bit too much of a bold move, and that has proved costly. He's now down to P9 and nearly spins out the hairpin. It's gone from bad to worse for the Alpine.
That is unfortunate.
Indeed. It's just not gone the way that he would have expected, and it looks like his podium run is set to end here in Abu Dhabi. Now there's a bit of a train forming between Redeemer, Valkyrie, and Father Korn. But Redeemer, he just needs to stay where he is, to put it simply, if he wants Alfa Romeo to grab that Constructors. And that will be a very pleasant surprise to the Italian/Swiss-based team. One thing's for sure, though, James B slowly building a gap to Bald Guy behind. But it's not going to be enough, but he gets a 3-second time penalty once again. That's now 6 seconds for the AlphaTauri. And his job has just been made 20 times harder. And Bald Guy, he just needs to stay there. That's all he needs to do.
No, and Laura also got a 3. So he's at 6 now as well.
Wow. Speaking of more time penalties, Father Korn now gets a 3-second time penalty, trying to chase down Valkyrie and Redeemer ahead. But lap 26 of 28, James V, I don't think he's going to be able to pull a 6-second gap to Bald Guy ahead. And Bald Guy, he doesn't need to fight this as much as he needs to, as Johan Laura is gaining on the Ferrari. But Johan Laura, he also has a 6-second time penalty. So if you're a Bald Guy, you just simply let him by, wouldn't you?
I mean, yeah, I definitely would.
It looks like that is going to be the case, as Johan Laura does have DRS. He's blinking, though, is the Haas, but I think Bald Guy's just going to let him ahead. Yes, he does.
Well, it's going to be down to Johan Laura now to pull 6 seconds in about 2.5 laps.
That might be a bit of a difficult ask. There's a yellow flag for the back of Father Korn's round. What's happened to the AlphaTauri? He's now down to P7.
Bro, you just like started rapping right there. That was inspirational.
I am not going into that kind of career. I'm just gonna say that right here, right now.
Bro, you started rapping right there.
Meanwhile, Father Korn has spun around once again. Has he hit the wall this time? Well, he has now. He's hit the wall now.
Oh!
So that's not.
What a save!
Oh.
You and Laura.
Looks like Johan Laura just pushing it a little bit too much, but has managed to keep it going. Does the Haas. He's trying to chase down James B in just under 2 laps. But the one thing he's got to be worried about is that potential. Well, I mean, he's going to keep P3, but it looks like, meanwhile, yellow flag once again. And Father Korn has spun off at the final corner. That could have been a great day for AlphaTauri, but it just hasn't been their day. Well, it has been Father Korn's day, but James B, it certainly has been his day. Granted, there are no time penalties. Father Korn now retires. There's now 10 people left in this race.
3 points. As we finished 90% of the race, so even if you DNF, you got a point.
That is true. Very, very true. But it's just a matter of what amount of points you will get. As we are we're soon gonna come to the final lap of this Grand Prix. And the gap you're having to look out for is between James B and Bald Guy currently sitting at 3.7 seconds, and it's staying stationary there for the time being. Bald Guy just has to be sure to not make a mistake on this final lap. James B rounding the final corner to start the final lap of this Grand Prix. It's been a hectic race here in Abu Dhabi, and well, they could come down to just penalties, surprisingly. Of all things for the race to come down, it had to be on penalties, and oh, Bald Guy getting really close to track limits. He does not want to get a 3-second time penalty.
Well. Uh-oh, Valkyrie with the go-to track extensions, by the way. Elite.
As he goes wide there at turn 6 there, does the Mercedes. He's fallen back a little bit, but he's still in the top 5. And, well, from P15 to P5, he's made up 10 positions. It's been a great race once again for, well, usually you would call it the McLaren driver, but he's in the Mercedes this time. Luckily, it's the same powertrain, so, I mean, can kind of get away with that. As he goes really wide there, as he's got DRS on Redeemer now. Is it going to be enough, though, to make a move here at turn 10? No, it's not. He's just a little bit too far back is the Mercedes. But we're going to go back over to the lead. And, well, it could have been an amazing win for James B. Despite losing the championship, he got a podium last week. It looks like his podium run is going to continue, but it's not gonna be the win. But it has been an amazing drive for the AlphaTauri here in Abu Dhabi as he comes around the final corner and he's gonna cross the line to win on track. Johan Lara will finish in P2, but Bald Guy's gonna come across the line, and Bald Guy wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The last win he had was his only win in Portimao. Well, it's a great win. Well, he's got back on the top step once again. James B will have to settle for P2. Johan Lara will have to settle for P3. But the crucial thing here, Redeemer finished P4. Alfa Romeo are your Constructors Champions of Tier 4. Just when they needed it most. And Redeemer has pulled through. And, well, it's been a great season for Alfa Romeo. One of their drivers being a championship winner, and the other one being there in the second half of the season where it truly mattered. But Bald Guy, on the weekend where he could potentially been knocked out of contention for P2, well, instead he's gained points on James B as he's still in contention for P2, and he's grabbed his second win of the season. James B finishes P2. Johan Lara rounds off the podium. It's another great podium there. His third place straight, interestingly.
Yeah,
I'm seeing that in the chat, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see that. As I shall now invite the drivers to the podium. Let's go over through the grid. Bald Guy takes his second win of the season. He started on the front row. And, well, he's turned that into a win thanks to getting no penalties in this race. James B started on pole. He was really one of the fastest drivers out there, but he has to settle for P2. Johan Lara, once again, another third place, his third straight third place in a row. Redeemer grabbing P4. And that is crucial for Haas as they clinch the Constructors' Championship. Slayer has to settle for P5, what could have been for the Alpine. But unfortunately, it was just one mistake too many. Sprightly, P6. And that's a great haul of points for the McLaren. Valkyrie finishes P7 ahead of Fluky. Avi grabs points, I believe, if I look over. Well, I thought he had less points finishes, but never mind. He actually has quite a few. But aside from that, Days grabs his second points finish of the season. We lost Fathercorn, Henchman, The Unknown, Frizy, Phantom, and Shredder from this race. And since we already have all drivers, Zach, take it away with Johan Laura for P3?
Well, young Laura, it was a very quiet race from you, basically. Not much action involving you. Until the end there, with that unfortunate 3-second time penalty, you're just going to have to chill with a P3. Just walk us through your race and give us your thoughts.
Well, like, during qualifying, I decided to go for mediums, but I didn't do any ERS, so I just did a banker lap. I was like, I'm just going to start from the back, because I'm honestly, like, the championship's already over, so I'm just going to have fun. And that didn't work out in my favor. I was like, okay, P5 is fine. Like, my intention is to hunt down James B, but fortunately I got double penalties in one corner, which kind of ruined my race, but hopefully it'll get better.
Yeah, let's hope that definitely does get better as well. It is your third straight podium in a row, and well, that battle between you and Slayer for P4 in the championship is heating up a lot as we go down to the final race of the season at Imola. Do you think you can grab it?
Hopefully. Like, I mean, like I said, I'm just going to lay it back. I don't really care about the season. I'm focusing on next season because, like, I have no contentions to get higher in the standings. So, if I'll qualify him or I'll beat him, then I'll beat him. Oh, well, I mean, it doesn't concern me in my...
I mean, even then, even if you grab P4, that would still be a great season. Considering where you started, you didn't entirely have the best of times, but you managed to come back and grab some amazing pace. And, well, congratulations to you on another podium. And, well, Zach, take it away with James B for P2.
Well, James B, you were up front all race. You definitely had the pace advantage over the rest of the competition, but at the end, the penalties got to you, like Johan Laura. I'm wondering if you got a double warning like how he did as well. Just once again, walk us through your race, really.
Yeah, first off, congratulations to Bold Guy. Well-deserved win. He was battling hard all night with me, so hats off to him. In regards to the penalties, yeah, it's just silly mistakes from myself. That's all it was. Stealing, but oh well, it is what it is. We move on. Should be right.
Yeah, definitely move on. You definitely haven't lost any pace despite not being able to get the championship at Brazil. Next week, though, we go to the season finale of Imola. Do you think you can grab a win once again, or are you just gonna chill back? Like, what's your plan?
I'll be going for the win. But, yeah, I'll definitely go there, try to win. See how we go. I don't know how we are going in the constructors, but poor old Corn bloody dog, whatever his name is. Father Corn's been no good. He's been struggling. But
yeah,
we'll try and get
been for him, but
we'll try and get him up
just
there.
wasn't the best of times.
Try and get him on the podium or something. So he was looking good tonight up until one stage.
I've been waiting for him to be on the podium. If I'm being honest, I've been waiting for it.
I think he's got
just
the pace
hasn't
to.
yet.
He's just not motivated enough.
That might be the case. I don't know, but hopefully that'll happen on the last race of the season. That would be incredible, but we'll have to see in just a week's time.
Yeah, we'll be
but needless to say, congratulations to you on another podium finish. You definitely haven't shaked off any pace despite losing the championship. We're gonna move over though to the race winner, Bald Guy. You lined up on the front row, and well, you definitely had the consistency to keep it within track limits. And the pace to keep it within that 6 seconds of James B. And, well, since Portimao, you haven't gotten that win. Well, you got it back. How do you feel?
Worn out. It's been a really long time. It's good to hear from you guys, but yeah, it's been a long season of fourths and 12ths and DNF. And so, I mean, I'm not going to say that this doesn't matter. It matters a lot. I mean, that's the whole point of coming here every week is racing is to try to win, and I would love to win, and I like the battle that me and James B are having. Everybody, there's plenty of quick drivers here, and this is a lot of fun. There was numerous times in that race, like when Father Corn let James B by, I snuck right by him too, so that was kind of nice. So I was afraid I was going to get out of his CRS zone there for a while, and I was like, oh no, he's going to get away. And then, so it was fun, and then Deemer got between us there at the end, and he was able to pull away a little bit, and Johan Laura's pace is his grades. I'm only assuming he dumped his ERS after he passed me because didn't really go any further after that. But once I saw 6 seconds, all I wanted to do was keep it within that window and stay off the white line.
Yeah,
And
and
congratulations to
definitely
Flicky
did.
for bringing some points to us, Team Ferrari.
Oh yeah, that's. Well, I mean, actually, yeah, that would be true because you're still fighting for P3 in the championship for constructors.
Absolutely,
I almost forgot about that.
Absolutely, we
I
are.
almost forgot about.
We haven't forgotten.
Next week, though,
we're here to race
yeah,
every
next
week.
though. Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. Next week, though, we go over to the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, and well, that's a home track for Ferrari. Do you think you guys can clinch P3? And crucially, do you think you have it? You have what it takes to catch James Bean in the championship for P2? Because he's still in contention. Do you think you could do it?
I don't know how many points were apart at this point, so I mean he's way consistent. I don't know how it's gonna have to require him to have a very bad day, even if I have a really good day. So he's had a great year. I'm going to be on vacation for my, dare I say, 50th birthday this week. So I'm not going to have much time to practice, and so we'll see what happens on next Friday.
Yeah, we shall definitely see. Zach, do you have any questions for Ball Guy?
No, I do not. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you guys for doing all the commentating. We appreciate it.
I mean, we love doing it, so I mean, why wouldn't we? With that then, though,
Cheers,
that
bud.
is going to
Thank you.
wrap up Tier 4 for... yeah, cheers. That's going to wrap up Tier 4 for tonight, but be sure to tune in for tomorrow, though, for Tier 2 and Tier 1. Concerning the action that's gone down here in Abu Dhabi, we could definitely see some sparks flare here tomorrow. We'll have to find out. Then, next week, we go to the final race of the season. It's been a long season, and it's about to end, and we end it off at Imola, the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, starting with Formula 2 on Wednesday, then Realistic on Thursday, and then we go around again for Tier 3 and Tier 4. But from Zach and I, that is going to be everything. A good day, and good night.